Venice is the only city on Earth built entirely on water. 118 islands, 1,000 years of history, slowly sinking beneath the lagoon. It's one of the most romantic places in the world, and yet, most people who visit only see half of it. They come for a day, fight the crowds at San Marco, ride an overpriced gondola, and leave without ever understanding what Venice actually is. In this video, we'll show you what 48 hours can really buy you in a city this unique, what to prioritize, what to skip, and when Venice stops being about the tourists and becomes something else entirely. This is everything you need to know before you go.
So we come out of the train station and you're here at the ticket, the bigliettiera. The tickets are 48 hours or 24 hours. And so we would do 2 days, 35 euro a piece. There's the public transportation right there. It's a little bit of chaotic kind of figuring it out because they got like 4.2, 3, 5.1. But anyway, we'll get it figured out. Man, I know I say magical, but Venice, it's unique. It's Venice. It's magical to think we're taking a taxi on the water. All right, we're gonna be exiting out into some open water and hanging a right on the ferry to get to our hotel. So right over here is another island, and this island is a cemetery. And basically it's totally dedicated as a cemetery from what I understand. So all the Venetians and so on go get buried there, and you can actually go visit. And I bet it's really beautiful and peaceful and so on. So Venice is right there. Gotta love the golden hour. So beautiful. Look at that. And this isn't even Venice. Good morning from Venice. We had a great night on Murano, staying at the Hyatt Centric. We're gonna hit the ground running here in Venice. We're gonna see all the sights. We're bringing you along with us so you can help. You planners out there, is 48 hours enough time to experience Venice and get the true feel? So let's get to it. Venice is aging, and it is tough when you're on the seawater and the conditions and so on. You know, Venice is not new by any means. Now there are water taxis and there are different companies and different varieties. This one here is on the more budget economical side of things, and you actually get to row yourself. It takes a little longer to get into town, but hey, maybe you get the true Venice experience, or you could do the speedboat behind. Up to you. Busy, busy morning. Lots of traffic. There are some pretty taxis around here. Wooden boats. Look at this guy pulling up. Look at how pretty that boat is. Beautiful. These gondolas are quite extensive and beautiful as well. Look at that. Once you get off the canals and start walking around Venice, you do have just some beautiful park-like areas and so on. You kind of forget that you're on an island. In Venice, really, you just want to like relax, because there's not like tons and tons of museums and tons, you know, like a Rome or a Florence. I think Venice, you just kind of chill out. At some point today, we're gonna take a seat next to one of the canals and get a cappuccino and maybe a croissant or something, and just watch the boats go by and enjoy ourselves.
Ambulance is a boat. And that was the moment it actually clicked. There are no cars in Venice, no roads, not a single paved street in the whole city. So when somebody has a heart attack, when there's a fire, when a baby needs to get to the hospital, the ambulance is a boat. You see it on the canal with the sirens going and the other boats pull aside the same way cars would back home, except everything is on water. It's one of those things you can't really understand until you're standing there watching it happen.
Of course, you have to come and get some ice cream and gelato when you're in Italy, any city, anywhere, anytime. I'm trying the cookies here. I'm gonna try this flavor. Lexi and I'm gonna get her to venture off the salted caramel. Right, babe?
Not bad.
It's not bad, right? Yeah. There definitely is some Instagram-worthy places to take in. That's just beautiful, isn't it? We just came out of there, and it opens up to another square. And of course, when there's a square, almost always there is the well or cistern. And then a lot of times there is a church, which we have right here. All right, we've made it to the Grand Canal. You can sit and have an amazing lunch, take in the beautiful sights. There's obviously multiple different restaurants and the views are pretty awesome. Take a spot and just watch the boats go by. So one of the real challenges with Venice, from what I understand, is water levels and also that the buildings are sinking. Look at the bottom right here. It is clearly sinking down on the left side. Okay, if you're curious about riding a gondola, there you go. 90 euro or 110 for an extra 5 minutes. Polished from thousands, maybe millions of hands. As you might anticipate, the view from the bridge is pretty special of the Grand Canal. Just another day on the Grand Canal. Up on top of the Rialto Bridge, it is a bevy of activity. So many people from all directions. The bridge is the bridge in the middle with shops on either side and obviously the viewpoints on the edges. Man, this is one of the top tourist attractions to come get the shot of the Grand Canal. But man, just a people watch is incredible. It's amazing. So if you're looking at the bridge from the outside, you see that there's a viewing point and then solid buildings behind. Those are shops on either side and there's a walking path in the middle. So it's a very large bridge. It's pretty cool. On either side of the bridge, you will have these sellers in the middle, shops on either side. And that's something that Lexi's like, I want to see the markets. I want to go check them out. So that's what we're doing. Probably something you may want to do too. Get some souvenirs and so on from your time in Venice. You do want to spend some time on the bridge a little bit. It's super crowded, but you really get just the true Venice feel, the hustle and bustle. This is like their freeway, the Grand Canal. Oh, you gotta love Venice. Oh, it does bring out the magic. Love us. And they have a bell tower. You have the big square. Nice to have these open public squares. And usually there's a church as well. It's kind of the community meeting point. How cool is that big lion? That's pretty neat. And then there's another one right over here. All right, I didn't know what Venice is. If it's not this, I don't know what is. Got the laundry hanging, you got the bridges. We got our own private spot. The charm of Venice is just wandering through the different streets, seeing the people, the tourists, the locals. Venice is something all in and of itself, not to be missed. And you come around the corner and looky here. I think we stumbled upon it. Now you can tour the Basilica Catedral de San Marco, the Evangelist. Lexi and I are not going to, because we have seen a lot of basilicas in Italy and they're all stunning. We're slowing down and just embracing what is Venice. The seagulls are joining the party. They're like, I'm a pigeon, I'm a pigeon. No, really, I am, feed me. Oh, look at this. What a great, there's the groom, photographers, Piazza del San Marco. That's fantastic. You can absolutely eat here in the square and be serenaded. So classy. Oh, look at the photo ops. Oh no. Oh no. Wow. Look at that. That dress. Magical. What a place, huh? Look at her. It is a pretty great selfie spot. We found an all-you-can-eat fusion sushi place. Look at this. We're actually gonna go partake in some sushi, all you can eat for just under 20 euro a person. Gotta get reservations though to have a chance. Ah, there she is. Kind of fun little tables. Everybody's seating there with the tables in between. Kind of fun. It's pretty crowded. Making the sushi right there. Look at it, prepping it. They have a huge, extensive menu. Lining up for gelato. This must be some pretty darn good gelato. Apparently it's just made right here in the vicinity from the owners since 1985. Look at that. If shopping is your jam and you like high end, just by St. Mark's Square, there's definitely some high end. Huh? Look at that. Beautiful. Look at the pretty turtle. Wow, look at these knockers. Okay, I've been doing a lot of like wood color doors. This is a unique green door right here. So many cool different shops as you're walking along. Look at that place. Okay guys, we found it. We found the Leaning Tower of Venice. That thing is sincerely leaning. Uh-oh. Okay guys, here's your degree of lean. Oh, look at that gap when you extend it up. Live concert, you can get tickets in here. Look at this music hall. There's so many great spots. If you just walk around, you will get the magic of Venice. Pretty cool to be a bride and groom getting married in Venice. Like everybody's doing it. I'm telling you, it's a thing. Everybody's doing it. Look at them. Wow. It's a magical evening. Isn't that fantastic, you guys? Gotta love Venice. Oh, Venice at night is just so romantic. Look at this. You could take a spot, the lights come on. Nighttime, the shopping is still open. There's lots of leather stuff. Oh, look at what she got. Happy birthday. Yay. Now, this purse is 79 euro, normally 132, 40% off. But if you're from the USA, they have VAT, value added tax. Make sure you have the merchant tell you, or you tell the merchant that want to get the VAT and the refund and all that stuff. They give you paperwork. You got to have either a picture of your passport or a picture of the passport where they can read the information on the bottom, the 2 lines of numbers and digits and so on. And then you have to pay typically by credit card so that you can get quicker refund and so on. So these are some of the details that if you're going to do some shopping and it's over a certain amount that you do, a lot of them are like, if it's over 70 euro, then you can get the value added tax or what have you. You're not going to get it back on aperitivo and magnets and things of that nature. At least I don't think so. But anyway, so that should help you, and it could be a significant savings because in America, it's right now I think 22% that you can get back. So that 79 euro purse, I think we'll get it for like 64, something like that, 63. Yeah.
Here's the thing that nobody tells you about Venice. The day is for the tourists. The night is for everyone else. Once the crowds thin out and the lights come up, the alleyways get quieter. The canals catch reflections you don't see anywhere else. And the city turns into something completely different. This is the version of Venice most day trippers never actually see. And it's exactly why we'd tell you, if you're going to come at all, don't leave after one night.
The magic of Venice, I think, is nighttime. It is just beautiful at night. That dragon holding the umbrellas. Now, if you're not ready to turn in for the night and you want to get a little youth, a little exuberance, a little energy, come to the various osterias, the bars, and come hang out. The vibe, the hum of just excitement and conversation and talking about the day and so on. Look, it's packed. And they're cramming into each one of these little bars. Look at this one. They're cramming in to get in here. It's pretty cool energy. You should come check it out in here and hang out a little bit. Come on. Yeah. It is hopping in there. Super fun, great energy. And it's in the square with the fountain and the bell tower, the clock tower that you heard. Look at that dinner spot.
On our last morning in Venice, before we left for the airport, we got invited somewhere we did not expect. A private gallery on Murano that's not open to the public. Murano's the island that's been the center of glassmaking in Italy for 1,000 years. You don't get in unless the family wants you there in this gallery. The father, Dino, has been working glass for over 50 years. His son, Diego, grew up inside it. And what they make isn't glass the way you're thinking about glass. It's something else entirely.
Look at that, you guys. Cobra with a diamond in it.
To make the cobra, it is necessary probably 4 people to make.
Now, it's not my place to quote pricing on his goods, but that cobra you're looking at right now, figure 50,000 euro. That baby turtle beside it, another 25. No assembly, no glue, no shortcuts. Every piece is made in a single continuous session by people who've trained for decades. They don't make more than a few a year. And after watching Diego explain how the cobra comes together, honestly, I get it.
If you're staying at the Hyatt Centric, this is Colonna, Murano Colonna, but this is also where you go by the shuttle to go to the airport. So it's ACTV, and you buy it right here. It's 10 per. Store all your luggage right there. and say, okay, goodbye Murano and Venice, till next time.
Here's something that's going to stay with us for a long time. You don't drive to the airport in Venice. You don't take a taxi. You don't grab an Uber. You get a boat, and the boat takes you across the lagoon, past wooden pylons marking the deep water, and it pulls up right to the front of the terminal. No roads, no parking lot, no curb, just water, and then the airport. We've flown out of a lot of places in our days. We've never had one like this.
How many airports have you gone to that you just pull up right on the water to the front of the airport and unload your bags? Wow.
So is 48 hours enough for Venice? Yes, but only if you stay both nights. Because if you come in for a day trip or you stay one night and leave in the morning, you're only going to see half the city. The half with the crowds, the €110 gondolas, the lines stretching around San Marco. The other half, the quiet canals, the square concerts, the reflections off the water, only show up after dark. Miss that, and you didn't really see Venice. 2 days, 2 nights, that's the formula. We just came from Florence, and if that's on your Italy trip, we made the full guide. How to skip the Uffizi line, a wine window most tourists walk right past, and whether climbing the Duomo is actually worth it. The link is right here.